What happens in the moments after your final breath? Do you drift into eternal darkness or awaken to a hidden dimension far more real than the world you left behind? For centuries, mystics, prophets, and sages have whispered of a secret passage, a doorway between worlds that opens the moment your body dies. They say time changes, space unravels, and the soul begins a journey through realms unseen by the living. Not years later, not even days, but within the first 24 hours, something sacred unfolds. In that first day, the soul remembers, it sees, it is seen, and it must face what lies beyond the veil. This is not the afterlife you've heard in passing. This is not fiction. These are the forgotten teachings, the ancient truths about what really happens when the soul leaves the body. Tonight, we follow the soul into the mist, not to scare you, but to prepare you, to remind you of what you already know. Deep within, on what happens to your soul in the first 24 hours after you die. The moment of death is not chaos, it is a sacred release. The heartbeat fades, the neural signals cease, but consciousness, true awareness, remains untouched. In that instant, something ancient awakens. It is not fear, it is not pain, it is a deep stillness, like being submerged beneath the surface of time itself. For thousands of years, mystics and initiates have spoken of this phase, the threshold moment. A thin veil, barely perceptible, separates the soul from its earthly shell. This is the silver cord, spoken of in Ecclesiastes, in Theosophy, in ancient Vedic texts, a spiritual umbilical link between the body and the astral self. As long as it remains intact, the soul may return. But when the cord breaks, there is no going back. In that sacred breaking, the soul is born again, into the astral world. What follows next is not darkness, it is revelation. Many who return from near death describe this as the most peaceful moment of their existence. No weight, no pain, just knowing, as if everything the soul forgot is beginning to return. Death is not the extinguishing of light, but the turning off of the lamp, because the dawn has come. Rabindranath Tagore. In the first 3 minutes after death, the soul does not always know it has died. There is no dramatic alarm, no fanfare, only stillness, and the strange sensation that something invisible has changed. The senses still function, but differently. Sound is muffled like hearing through water. Colors glow faintly brighter. Time no longer flows in straight lines. These first moments are hauntingly beautiful. Many souls feel completely awake, alive, yet unmoored from the rules of physical life. The Tibetan masters call this space the bardo, the liminal in-between, a realm of transition, a mirror between worlds. In the bardo, realization comes not like thunder, but like the rising sun. Slowly, the soul sees its former body lying still, not breathing, and the truth dawns: I've died, but I still exist. And in that realization, a doorway opens. To the well-organized mind, death is but the next great adventure. J.K. Rowling. Between the 5th and 10th minute after death, something extraordinary begins. The soul is no longer bound by time. It is drawn into a space beyond space, where past, present, and feeling blend into a single thread of truth. This is the life review. But it's not just remembering. It's reliving, feeling, becoming. Every word spoken, every silence, every glance, the soul now experiences from all angles. The hurt you inflicted, you now feel. The kindness you gave, you now receive, multiplied. This is not punishment. There is no judge. There is only clarity. Ancient traditions say this review is shown not to condemn, but to reveal the soul's progress, its karmic imprints, its unresolved lessons, and the threads it still carries into the next phase of the journey. We are not punished for our sins, but by them. Elbert Hubbard. In this sacred space, the soul sees what still needs to be forgiven, and sometimes who it still needs to forgive. And then something stirs in the distance. Not a sound, not a shadow, but a presence. As ancient as stars, as intimate as breath. In every culture, in every age, this arrival has been recorded. A guide, a guardian, a gatekeeper. It may come cloaked in the imagery your soul understands. An angel, a loved one, a luminous elder, or even your higher self. But its essence is the same. It knows you, more than you knew yourself. This presence is not here to judge. It is here to witness, to guide you gently through what comes next, the transition between worlds. It's here to help you remember who you are, why you came, and what lies beyond the veil. In some accounts, the presence offers one question, not in words, but in vibration. Did you love? Not did you succeed? Not were you perfect? just, did you love? At the end of life, we are not measured by what we owned, but by how deeply we loved. The presence does not push, it invites, and once you're ready, it shows you the way forward. This is the first portal, where space begins to ripple, where time loosens its grip, where the soul must make its first great choice. The ancient Egyptians called it the Hall of Two Truths. The Tibetans called it the first bardo. Modern near-death experiencers call it the tunnel of light. But here, the soul is not forced. You must choose. To stay tethered to the world of form or to surrender, to trust the pull of the unknown. Some souls hesitate. They feel the pain of loved ones left behind, the grip of regret, the weight of unspoken words, and so they remain, earthbound, not damned, but disoriented. Ghosts, not because they are punished, but because they are still choosing. Yet others step forward. They enter the first gate, a realm not of reward or punishment, but purification, where the echoes of the physical life are washed from the soul, where burdens are lifted, attachments dissolved, and the essence begins to remember its eternal nature. This is not an end, this is the unraveling, the remembering, the beginning of everything else. This is the gate of memory, a realm of sacred remembrance, where the soul must face not punishment, but truth. In the Egyptian afterlife, the soul enters the Hall of Two Truths. Here, its heart is weighed, not against sins, but against the feather of truth, a symbol of purity, of divine harmony. In Gnostic traditions, the soul is met by watchers, beings of light and knowledge. They ask questions, not to interrogate, but to awaken. Did you know yourself? Did you live according to your inner truth? Did you fulfill your soul contract, or forget it? What did you do with the power of choice? The soul doesn't answer with words, it remembers. Every choice, every intention, every ripple it created in the great web of existence, it sees the truth not just of its deeds, but the energy behind them. The soul is not judged, it simply remembers. And this remembrance is not cold, it is sacred, it is healing. Here, ego fades, masks fall away, and what remains is the eternal spark, the pure self, older than time. You are not your name, not your failures, not your fears. You are the thread of light that wove them together. As the sacred 24th hour approaches, the boundary between worlds draws near. The soul, having journeyed through reflection, reckoning, and passage, now stands at the threshold of transition. If the journey has been embraced with peace, if the soul accepts the path laid before it, the crossing is smooth, like stepping through a veil of mist into dawn's first light. But if the soul clings to the fading echoes of its earthly life, if confusion or regret clouds its vision, it lingers in the twilight between worlds. This is the realm of the earthbound spirit, the place of unrest, where souls trapped in fear or unresolved bonds drift, becoming what we call hauntings, lost spirits, or wandering shadows. Across cultures and centuries, rituals honor this sacred time. The 24-hour vigil, the candlelight watch, prayers whispered to guide the soul's passage. This is not mere custom, but ancient wisdom passed through the ages, to honor the soul's journey, to send light into the liminal space, to ease the crossing. The soul is watching, listening, absorbing the love, the intentions, the prayers. And in this sacred hour, the soul prepares for what lies beyond. You are far more than flesh and bone. You are an eternal wave of memory, vibration, and pure energy, an unending dance within the cosmos. Death is not a full stop, but a sacred crossing, a passage through veils that shift the soul into new dimensions. And within those first 24 hours, the soul's journey begins anew, a time of profound mystery and transformation. The body may die, but the soul simply changes rooms. Want more? Subscribe now for more deep explorations into the mysteries of the soul, consciousness, reincarnation, and the hidden realms of spiritual science. Like, share, and comment below. What do you believe happens in the first 24 hours after death? Share your thoughts and experiences.